Imagine a village where the dead are not buried, not burned, but laid gently on the forest floor, under a sacred tree that swallows their scent. Skulls, bleached by time, rest in neat rows beside a quiet crater lake, and the living walk past them, like passing family photos. If this sounds like a horror story, it isn't. It's older than the island's roads, older than tourism, older than any camera that ever came here. This is Trunyan, on the rim of Lake Batur in Bali, where death is not hidden. It is placed carefully, in the open and accepted. Tonight, we step behind the headlines and the haunted thumbnails to meet the people, the tree, and the ritual that keeps a 1,000-year promise. Stay with me, because the truth of Trunyan is stranger and gentler than any ghost story. Skulls by the Lake. Inside Trunyan's ritual. Picture a map of Bali. Trace your finger to the island's beating heart, the highlands, where Mount Batur rises like the rim of a broken bowl. Inside that bowl is a lake, Lake Batur, cool, still, reflective, like a sheet of dark glass. On its far shore, by boat, is Trunyan, a Bali Aga village, descendants of Bali's old communities who kept older customs, even as the rest of the island changed. The air here feels different, thinner, cleaner, with a faint mineral taste from the volcano. Morning fog lifts slowly from the water, and on some days the sky looks close enough to touch. It is beautiful. And then, there's the place the locals call Setra, the cemetery. Hidden by bamboo and the wide canopy of a single tree, locals call it Taru Menyan, the fragrant tree. Say it slowly, Taru Menyan. Menyan is related to menyan for incense. It hints at perfume, at resin, at something sweet. The story you'll hear is simple and powerful. This tree breathes. It doesn't just cast shade. It absorbs odor. So the recently dead can be laid above ground, without the heavy scent of decay that would make such a place impossible. Skeptics will say, the air moves. The lake breeze carries things away. But spend a quiet minute at the edge of the Setra, and you'll catch it. A clean, green fragrance. Sap and leaf, like a forest after rain. It is not magic, and yet it feels like it. The tree is not a prop. It is the center. Without it, the ritual would be something else entirely. Trunyan is not a museum. It is a village. Children run along the stone paths. Roosters discuss politics at dawn. Someone's laundry snaps in the wind. And life is ordinary, which makes what follows feel extraordinary. When a person dies here, the family does not hurry. There is respect, preparation, quiet. The body is washed, dressed, sometimes with simple jewelry, sometimes with the clothes they loved. Prayers are said not to erase death, but to acknowledge its arrival, like a guest who will stay. You will hear talk of rules. We'll come to that, but the tone is always the same. Modest, precise, calm. There is no spectacle, no drama for the crowd. To reach the cemetery, you go by boat along the lake's edge, water knocking softly at the wooden hull, the mountain mirrored on the surface like a sleeping giant. When you step onto the path, the forest swallows the lake sounds, and you hear bamboo, ticking faintly in the wind. And there it is, the Taru Menyan, wide arms, thick leaves, an older green, beneath it, platforms of bamboo called ancak saji, where the dead are placed, wrapped in cloth, and a light lattice of bamboo, like open fingers set above, to keep animals away, but not to hide the body from the air. Nearby, on stones blackened by age, skulls rest in tidy lines. They are not thrown there. They are arranged. Each one was a person, a name, a laugh, a favorite song. Time has erased those details from bone, but the arrangement still speaks. Here we belong, among the living in the open. If you came for a scream, you will not find it. You'll find quiet and a careful sense of order. Trunyan's custom distinguishes between different kinds of death. It's not about punishment, it's about harmony. Deaths that are considered natural, peaceful, belong to the lakeside setra, beneath the Taru Menyan. The body is set on the bamboo platform, allowed to return to earth slowly, gently. Months later, when only bone remains, the skull may be moved to the stone altar and placed with its brothers and sisters. The rest, what returns to soil, stays with the tree. But if death came by accident or violence, there are different setra sites, farther from the village, ritual pathways that handle shock and interruption. So the community's rhythm stays smooth. There are rules about who may be placed under the tree. Traditionally, both spouses are to be married. The death should be natural, and the number of platforms is limited. So families may wait or follow alternate rites, depending on custom and season. These distinctions are not cruelty. They are ancient logistics and spiritual hygiene in a place that believes order invites peace, and peace invites good harvest, good weather, good sleep. Here's the part people rarely say out loud, because it makes us uncomfortable. The body changes. First, the cool mountain air keeps things slow. Then, the tree's fragrance, the breathable bamboo, the lake breeze. They turn what could be shocking into a quiet time-lapse of returning. Offerings are left. Flowers, woven palm baskets, a little betel nut, a coin, and as weeks pass, cloth loosens. Time does its careful work. The family visits, not to stare, but to be present. They speak, they pray, they clean the area, and when the time is right, men from the village move the skull to join the older ones. It is, strangely, tender. Ask 10 elders. You'll hear 11 versions. Some say the tree was discovered when a great smell vanished, as soon as offerings were placed beneath it. Others say the tree is a guardian, planted when the village was young. Most agree on the principle. The tree makes it possible to keep the dead near. How old is the practice? Older than the roads to the mountain's caldera. Older than the neat brick temples tourists photograph. It belongs to the layer of Bali that is not written on signs, but kept in memory, passed mouth to ear, parent to child, elder to youth. Tradition here is not antiques behind glass. It breathes. It adapts, slowly, carefully, like the lake rising and falling with the seasons. Let's clear some fog. Trunyan is not a bone show. The skulls are not trophies, they are family. It is not a dare for the brave traveler. No one here wants your shock-face selfie beside someone's grandfather. It is not unclean. If anything, the place is obsessively tidy. Intricate woven offerings, swept earth, bamboo replaced when it weathers. It is not anti-religion. It is religion, old religion, fused with newer layers over centuries, a set of practices that keep the village in balance with the lake, the mountain, and the ancestors watching from the shade. And finally, it is not a violation of the dead. Ask the families. They will tell you. This is dignity, not hiding, not erasing. but accepting. Morning in Trunyan. A kettle sings. A radio whispers a hymn. Boats cough awake at the shore, carrying fish, carrying children, carrying news. Someone repairs a net. Someone counts eggs. Someone laughs so hard they bend at the waist. And above the laughter, the mountain looks down, patient, like a grandmother with 1,000-year memory. At midday, lake light turns silver, and in the afternoon, clouds gather blue-gray on the rim. A family walks to the setra with flowers. The hush under the tree folds around them. A young boy carries a small broom. He sweeps without being told, because in Trunyan, tending the place of the dead is also tending the village of the living. Yes, visitors come, sometimes with guides who tell the story awkwardly, sometimes with true care, sometimes not ready. If you ever go, remember this: you are entering someone's family room, not an exhibit. Dress simply, speak softly, leave the big lenses for the lake and the mountain. If you photograph, ask, or let your guide ask, and keep a respectful distance. Do not move offerings, do not touch the skulls, do not stage anything for a better angle. Stand still. Let the place tell you how to behave. You'll learn more that way than by any caption on any platform, because it works, because it honors the dead without hiding them, because it uses the tools the place gives: bamboo, wind, a fragrant tree, because it slows people down, forces the living to look at the ending of things, and in doing so, helps them live better. Modernity loves speed, but grief needs time. Trunyan is time, made into a grove by a lake, under a tree. What do we learn, standing there? That death can be visible and not obscene, that fragrance can be a form of mercy, that order, simple order, bamboo tied well, paths swept, skulls aligned, can turn fear into familiarity. We learn that tending the dead is a community act, not subcontracted away, not packaged, not hidden behind velvet curtains. And we learn, perhaps most shocking of all, that peace does not come from denying decay, but from accompanying it with humility and with care. Mount Batur reminds the village that endings and beginnings are the same road. The mountain gives stone, then ash, then soil, then harvest. The lake takes light, gives fish, reflects faces back to themselves. And the Taru Menyan receives what we'd rather push away, and returns it as breath that offends no one. Fire, water, fragrance, 3 elements arranged into a promise. The dead will not be exiled, the living will not be overwhelmed, and the village will go on. Listen. Wind through bamboo, a far-off rooster, a paddle cutting water, and somewhere, incense snapping in a temple you can't see. Acceptance is not loud. It rarely makes headlines. It looks like a broom in a child's hand, like a skull aligned just so, like a family pausing to whisper thanks before they leave a flower. And if your heart is very quiet, you will feel a strange warmth there, the warmth of a human truth older than any of us, that love outlasts flesh, and order outlasts fear. We step back toward the lake. The tree stays behind us. Leaf shadow moving like soft breath over the platforms. In the boat, the hull taps the pier. The rope creaks, and the village grows small against the green wall of the caldera. You carry 2 images away, the mountain and the skulls. One is vast and ancient, the other small and personal, and somehow they feel like they belong to the same sentence. If anyone asks you about Trunyan, don't say creepy. Say careful. Say tender. Say a community that kept its promise, in the open air, under a tree that forgives the nose, so the heart can do its work. Thank you for walking there with me, slowly, respectfully, and for letting the quiet parts speak.